Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at Blazing Gale Paikuhan, the AGL Super Strike unit that recently got renewed and Dokkan Awakened and revamped, and Easy Aid with obviously his strike event. So AGL Paikuhan obviously competing with another AGL Paikuhan, which is never really ideal, but he looks pretty good, and with the same name update it's not the end of the world, but you know, having a different typing would have been nice at least. But he's an AGL or strength type lead of Ki +3 and HP attack and defense of 70%. He causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers their attack and defense with his super attack. In terms of passive, he has attack and defense of 140% with an additional attack and defense of 20%, with each attack performed up to 60%. He also gives all allies attack and defense of 20% and gives all allies Ki +1 and attack and defense of 10% in addition when all allies attacking in the turn are superclass, when HP is 80% or more. He has a chance of performing a critical hit plus 50% and has all allies attack and defense minus 20% with a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy when there is an extreme class enemy. So obviously you want to run this guy on a superclass team so that you can get the full benefit of his passive. That's not too hard considering, you know, most people will run full super or full extreme. They generally don't run a hybrid of each. Very select teams, and for the most part maybe only Otherworld Warriors will be one where you might see that happen for him. But generally speaking, you're going to run a full superclass anyway, so this is not such a big problem. In terms of link skills, he's got experienced fighters, Cold Judgment, Bombardment, Shocking Speed, Super Strike, Soul vs. Soul, and Sharon the Limit. And he's got Worthy Rivals, Otherworld Warriors, Saviors, Battle of Wits, and Storied Figures as categories. We see him here, obviously a pretty solid rotation for him. He's got Cold Judgment active with Piccolo, which is pretty good. He also is going to get support, but 140k defense, 147 to be precise, is pretty solid. Looks very decent on the surface level of things. So very, very nice stuff from Paikuhan here. I think overall looking pretty decent. Getting a stun off as well. Obviously that can happen when he is facing an extreme class enemy. Now this is only a 1-turn stun. It's not a 2-turn stun. So just remember that when you are using him in content. Obviously he needs 3 full attacks to be fully built up, which isn't too much of an issue. Now in terms of him, it's pretty interesting. He actually has a very good linking partner on the Saviors team. That's also another super strike unit. So he links very well with the Trunks on the Saviors team. The Evil Slashing Blade Trunks links very well with him, which I think overall is really nice. Obviously maybe it's not by design, but I think you know, he looks pretty solid, at least for me. So together they make a pretty good pairing. Trunks obviously being a Savior support, which I think is very, very good. And he gives all allies 10% additional attack and defense. Obviously on the Saviors team gives all allies Ki +1 and attack and defense at 20%. So these two are some nice pseudo supports for the Saviors team. I think Paikuhan is best on the Saviors or on a Saviors or on a Battle of Wits or on a Worthy Rivals. But you can see how quickly his attack and defense is ramping up. Again, we do have 30% in the form of attack and defense buffs, but looking pretty solid. 2.5 million. The defense is definitely raising as well. Only real shame he doesn't raise attack and defense on his super, so a little bit of a hindrance to him. If he could raise attack and defense on a super, he'd look a little bit better, even if it was just for 1 turn raising attack and defense, because he already has built-in crit. Building him into additional with raising attack and defense would be a very nice combination that would make him very, very solid after super defensively, which I think is very nice for him considering he's definitely a 2nd slot or 3rd slot unit. But with that being said, I think Paikuhan looks pretty good. He brings a lot of utility. He brings debuffing, potential stunning, and also support to the rotation. He also brings lowering of attack and defense. So overall, he looks very, very solid, I think. I quite like him. I think he's a very good unit. He takes a little bit of time to get going, but I think he's definitely a unit that's going to help out in SBR, ESBR. He can definitely be the kind of unit to elevate your team. And then some of the older content, the Gods of Destruction event, I'm sure he'll be fine. In the Fighting Legend Goku events, I'm sure he'll be fine. So overall, he looks pretty solid. You can see here we're sharing a lot of links now. Very high defense, 260k, which is very good. He does have a lot of support from Trunks as well, so that is something to factor in. And he's got Cold Judgment active from both of them. He's got pretty much all his major links active, which is nice. Like I said, his link set's a little bit wonky. Most Super Strike units are, because they have that Super Strike and Bombardment link. But Trunks seems to link pretty well with them. 3.5 million, very, very good. But Trunks shares Cold Judgment, Shattering the Limit, Super Strike, and Soul vs. Soul. All pretty solid. Most of them being links that he's going to want. The only one really missing is Bombardment, which is a bit of a shame. He gets Shocking Speed from Piccolo and Experienced Fighters. So we pretty much had everything we needed to show how good Python could be. So 3.5 million, very good. I think he's very, very solid, and he helps out the Otherworld Warriors category quite nicely. I think all the categories he's on, he helps. Storied Figures, Otherworld Warriors. It is always nice to bring options, even though obviously we have other Paikuhans. Them being pseudo supports means you can float them around, move them around, second slot them, third slot them. You can just use them to augment the other units on the team, and with the utility that he provides, I think he's a very solid option. Would he replace AGL Paikuhan? Probably not. I think AGL Paikuhan at Rainbow is definitely better than this one. But if you're the kind of person who doesn't have AGL Paikuhan, then this guy's definitely a must-have. He's going to help you out a lot. So yeah, overall he looks pretty good. I think, like I said, link set is Experienced Fighters, Cold Judgment, Bombardment, Shocking Speed, Super Strike, Soul vs. Soul, and Sharing the Limit. Key links wise, a little bit crazy. Obviously Shocking Speed and Sharing the Limit being okay for most of the time. I think it's okay for the teams that he's on. Obviously very difficult to give him other key links. I think it's okay. You can't really give him Prepared for Battle. It's more a Saiyan thing. So I think overall Shocking Speed and Sharing the Limit gives him good enough coverage. Cold Judgment's a great link, and like I said, he shares it with Trunks Teen. They also share Soul v Soul, Super Strike, and Shattering the Limit, which is pretty nice. I think they're actually a very good combination. He also has Experienced Fighters. More a thing that's obviously Piccolo, Nail, a couple of Goku and Angel combo cards have that, which I think is good. Obviously nice for Otherworld Warriors or Saviors or Battle of the Wits. Vegito kind of combo cards, Gogeta combo cards generally have Experienced Fighters, so that's pretty nice. Obviously the two big elephants in the room in terms of his link set are Bombardment and Super Strike. I think that's maybe where he's a little bit of a letdown, but that's all Super Strike units. So the nice thing for him is he does have Trunks, who's on Saviors and Battle of the Wits to help him out there. Otherworld Warriors, he doesn't have anything just yet, but he will possibly get some in future. Worthy Rivals, not too much of an issue. We could definitely get some Super Strikes there with the Vegetas and that, and then obviously Storied Figures and Battle of the Wits. So in general, he's more than fine, I would say. He's not going to be able to get, I wouldn't prioritize this guy link-wise. I wouldn't build my team to have this guy as a main rotation unit. But I think if you are lacking for Otherworld Warriors content, he could be a main rotation unit, especially for older content. And I think, if you are looking to just kind of maybe build a Saviors team, he's definitely someone that could be quite useful. I think, as a whole, Saviors is a slightly ineffective category. So having units like Paikuhan kind of jump in and really augment that category and have them have good synergy and work together, I think is some good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to Paikuhan. I don't think there's anything else really to mention. Link leveling wise, you don't gain too much. You do gain some nice defense, core judgment 5%, shocking speed 5%, sharing the limit 5%, and soul v soul 5%. So you could definitely work another 20% in terms of defense, which would probably push him close to the 300k mark once fully built up, which is nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I don't think there's anything else really to say. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care and bye.